Hello, loyal listeners. I am Liberty Mutual, and you're about to listen to Blades in Paradise. Before we resume our tale in the post-apocalyptic Pacific Northwest, I want you to know our fight is supported by Dragon Master Games. If you want to help us unseat the roiling evil at the heart of our society, consider checking them out to buy some old-world TTRPGs and trading cards. Links to Dragon Master Games, our Patreon, and our Ko-fi are in the show notes. This game is played in John Harper's Blades in the Dark, and our show is part of the Evil Hack Creator Program. It's time to get on with the show and see what trouble ESPN gets into today. I'm Liberty Mutual, and the truth will set you free.
Blades in Paradise is a dystopian story intended for adults. These stories intentionally address challenging topics that might not be suitable for all ears. This campaign includes content warnings for gun violence, child endangerment, animal cruelty, unintentional misgendering of a non-binary person, substance use, and graphic descriptions of injuries, including the eyes. Listener discretion is advised.
This is Discount Bob and Sweet Baby Ray coming to you from Stirling's Mind Palace. In one corner we have the terrifying, the deadly, the amazing Grace. Weighing in at 100 tons of pure muscle and hatred, she has been spiritually fused with 3 fucking death claws from Fallout to take on her final form, the Blue Eyes Ultimate Death Claw.
Whip, 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 whip!
But in the other corner, Sterling Ackford is no slouch. This brash and scrappy scoundrel turned into a Stegosaurus and has 2 ghosts in their corner. And that would be plenty against any opponent but the Blue Eyes Ultimate Death Claw. So it looks like Sterling is still going to fall a little short here. I think you spoke too soon, Discount Bob. Sterling is turning into a monster truck? No, that's not right. Jesusaurus Rex, the monster truck dinosaur dating themselves, has made Sterling their avatar, as Sterling is now part Tyrannosaurus Rex, part cybernetic monster truck, and somehow still part Stegosaurus. This is looking to be one for the record books, Bob, and that's the bell. Ding, ding, ding. Welcome back to Blades in Paradise, where anything resembling a narrative grounded in realism was thrown out the door very early on, and we keep burning down every bridge that could lead back to it. I'm Paul, the GM for our first campaign. As always, I'm joined by the brash and scrappy scoundrels of ESPN. We're going to go around the table, introduce ourselves, our characters, pronouns for both, and fun facts about those characters for the week.
Glad I didn't die when I fell out of the sky. It's Dr. Winston Thoreau. Greetings and salutations, everyone. Hi, hello, how are you? It's Jim, and I play Dr. Winston Thoreau, the whisper of the group. Both of us happen to be he, him. Very excited to explore Stirling's Mind Palace this week. Fun fact about the good doctor is that this is not the first time, someone has released a rope ladder from him, causing him to plummet to the ground. When he was at the orphanage, he and Nathan used to sneak out to head down to the town square where they would run little scams, like the lottery ticket scam, or they would play 3-card Monty, and they would use the money that they acquired to either, buy some treats or some sweets or, new sneakers or medicine that one of them may have needed. One night, they snuck back in and were climbing up the makeshift rope ladder that they built. Nathan climbed up first, and then when he got up to the top, the bullies, who used to give him and Nathan a hard time, pinned Nathan down while they released the rope ladder, sending Doc tumbling to the ground, where he broke his left arm.
So, you say it wasn't the first time, but did it feel like the first time?
It always feels like falling for the first time.
The very first time?
The very first time.
Hi, I'm Justin. Me, Max, and Joseph are all he, him. My little tidbit today is short and sweet. Max likes the color green. That's it.
How about Joseph, though?
Joseph is more of an autumn.
Okay. Warm colors, got it.
Hi, I'm Riley. I play Stirling, one of the brash and scrappy scoundrels. Okay, for both of us. With I fucked up my rhyme. The brash and scrappy scoundrel with the heart of gold, pocket full of breakfast, and too many souls. The most heated argument that Sterling and Grace got into during their tumultuous friendship was after Mercy casually asked whether it'd be worse to have penne teeth or spaghetti hair. Katie spiraled out of control.
I mean, the answer is penne teeth.
Spaghetti hair, obviously.
I mean, spaghetti already sort of has a hair texture, whereas penne teeth would be actively impossible to chew with.
Yeah, but you could just modify your diet to have softer foods like yogurts and soups. You wouldn't necessarily need to eat hard food, but if you had penne hair, it would constantly be being torn out, or there would be birds on your head pecking at it and eating your...
Jim, I need you to know, as somebody who had crunchy food as part of their sensory, experience, like how they enjoy life and get their dopamine rush, I would actively hate the rest of my life if I didn't have functional teeth.
45 minutes later.
What is your choice, Ray?
Yeah, what did Stirling pick?
Sterling would pick spaghetti hair's worse. It depends on the day. I've been waffling since someone asked me this.
But the penne teeth don't have to be cooked. They could be hard.
Well, they
And
would.
then they'll just break on the first thing you bite.
Does it all start out raw? And does it get soggy over time? Are you just gonna have mushy pasta teeth eventually? There's a lot of...
Am I the only one that has to ask the brave question of if anybody would like to have elbow macaroni nips?
I was thinking a few silly fingers.
This is an impossible decision.
Okay.
Ba-dum-bum.
Now I have to list over 600 varieties of pasta throughout the world. This is the entire show. Buckle in. Here we go.
Number 1.
Good, you didn't know what to do with Joseph and Max anyway. Anyway, I'm going to do my... In place of my fact this week, I have something I prepared special for you all. Gonna rumble like it's 40 million years ago, masked nun in a monster truck, red T-Rex ready to go. Winston, Stirling, and Max versus Amazing Grace. A three-headed monster just wrecking the place. We rock the dinosaurs! We rock the dinosaurs! Just hear them roar, shaking the floor. Everybody rock the dinosaur! Just hear them roar, shaking the floor. Everyone rock the dinosaur! Just hear them roar, shaking the floor. Everybody rock the dinosaurs! Just hear them roar, shaking the floor. Everybody rock the dinosaurs!
Can somebody bump Paul? Like, his needle is scratching.
Now, Bump is a completely different series that we have already recorded. As laid out in the cold open, last time was absolutely wild, as is par for the course for us. Max, not realizing his miracle serum was probably lethal to basically anyone but him, tried to stick Swift Taylor with it, thinking it would give her superpowers. Swift Taylor, knowing better, got the fuck out of the way, and Max stuck Mother Ducker with it instead, snapping off the serum and cutting his hand to give himself a partial dose in the process.
Mother Ducker, no!
Mother Ducker died in a gooey, unfortunate, explosive death, producing approximately 51 tons of duck meat. We looked it up. Max used his rat pelt coat as a crude parachute / flying squirrel outfit to slow his descent just enough to not immediately die on impact, going face first into the dirt below. Meanwhile, famous Nathan released the rope ladder, as Winston said, and Winston and Hines fell from the helicopter. Hines did some Inspector Gadget shit to save himself, leaving Winston to die on impact. Or so he thought, as Winston finally figured out a lesson JCPenney had tried teaching years ago, taking on the form of a highly electric ghost so he could fly to safety. Stirling, trapped inside their own mind, was forced to relive the same nightmarish day of soul-sucking corporate culture over and over again, until the spirit forms of Winston and Joseph / Max joined them, spurring Stirling to regain lucidity and shatter the illusion. Grace, supercharged by Nathan with the spirits of 3 dead fucking Deathclaws from Fallout, took on the form of a sort of Deathclaw Hydra, the Blue Eyes' ultimate Deathclaw. This recap's still going, folks. Stirling's dinosaur form might not have been enough, but Greta, the nun HR lady, found Stirling's body and prayed to Jesusaurus Rex for aid, making Stirling the dinosaur truck god's avatar. Yes, that is a sentence. And so our tale resumes, with Stirling, Joseph / Max, and Winston versus the Deathclaw Hydra Grace.
I would like the entirety of that recap to tell the entirety of Dungeons & Dragons as a game to just suck it really hard, because, you can't do that in 5e. Let's be honest with ourselves.
Now without a shit ton of homebrew. Alright. Our scene is as follows. Winston, Max, and Joseph in somehow separate bodies within the Mind Palace, and Stirling as a cyborg fusion of a Stegosaurus, T-Rex, and a monster truck, facing off against Grace's disturbing Deathclaw Kaiju form in a visually endless void of purple and blue swirling mist. Stirling and Grace both unleash a mighty roar, and the fight is on. Stirling, as you take on this avatar form, clear all of your stress and harm. While the avatar of Jesusaurus Rex, you have max rep and skirmish stats. Moving forward, Anytime you would be able to take on your dinosaur form, you may roll a tune. On a 6, you may turn into the Jesusaurus Rex form instead of your base dinosaur form. As a reminder, if you max out your stress or harm in dinosaur form, you revert back to Stirling with 1 harm stress left unmarked in place of the final one you would have marked. I've created a clock for Grace, the fucking Deathclaw Hydra. What the fuck do you all want to do? There's a lot of segments on this clock.
Guys?
I would like to turn into my final form, which is a samurai bullfrog. I'm only about 3 inches tall, but I have a wicked bite.
Alright, I would like you to roll a tune, Max.
No need. I don't know what I'm doing. I just said I would like to. I didn't say I would.
I mean, you're in a mind palace. You might be able to do that. You don't know, you try.
How is that going to be any use against this thing? Wait, which one's which?
Max, who are you talking to?
Oh, inner monologue, my dear friend. Yes,
As you ask that question, Winston, I want you to roll survey.
5.
With a 5, you see in the corner of your eye as you turn to look who Max is talking to, a shadowy figure seem to disappear just around a corner as you go to look directly at it.
Ah, an accountant!
Well, that was rude.
What? There seems to be more things showing up in Stirling's... We gotta get everyone out of here before Stirling goes insane.
Oh, Stirling will be just fine. I mean, how many bodies did we say would take one soul, or was it multiple souls, one body? I can't keep track.
Well, by my calculations, we're anywhere between 11 and 17 at the moment.
Oh, that's not good.
18 if you count the shadowy figure.
You know, you speak up for yourself quite regularly. I appreciate that, the gusto. So, here's a question. How about we just stuff a soul bottle? You have one of those, correct?
I have 5 or 6 of them. Stuff it where?
Like an empty one. Do you have an empty one?
I believe I have an empty one somewhere, but where would you like to stuff it?
Well, that's a very baited question. But I was just saying, maybe we could suck out Amazing Grace and put her in that while we're in here. Maybe, don't you have the Dustbuster of Doom?
Stirling has the Dustbuster of Doom.
Oh.
I traded Stirling for the whistle for Mother Ducker, and then Mother Ducker exploded. So I'm down a vacuum and a duck.
Stirling, do you recall what happened to the vacuum?
I have it on my person somewhere. I didn't use it
Grace
yet.
knocked it away from you and she possessed you. It's on the bus somewhere.
Blades Daddy, would I happen to have my deck of Combat Critters cards on me?
I see no reason not to.
I would like to see if I can reach into my deck and attempt to do the same thing I was doing when I was facing Famous Nathan in a duel to the death and attempt to summon a horde of elephants to rush forward and either distract or incapacitate Grace in some way to give Stirling an advantage.
I will let you do this on 2 conditions.
Yes.
The first is you are going to have to roll a tune for it, but the second is you are not in the spirit field proper. You are inside of someone's mind palace. There is a finite amount of spiritual energy here. You cannot use Grace's. Somebody needs to expend spirit energy, either one of the 3 of you mechanically by spending stress, or you need to weaken one of your ghost friends that you have in a little bottle on your belt to do this feat because you need to draw the spirit energy from somewhere.
You can use mine.
I will channel the Winslows. I will use the Winslows as a resource to...
Okay.
So the elephants come out with mustaches and police officer uniforms, and one of them is accompanied by a small family of other tiny elephants.
Okay, so I need you to roll a tune for that.
6.
Alright, with the 6 you do that, you're going to have these elephants ram into Grace. I'm going to mark some segments on her clock. She roars, her heads kind of start bashing the side, but you have created a potential opening for Stirling and or Joseph and or Max.
Go for the throat, Stirling.
I roar and go for the throat.
I need to ask which throat.
The middle one.
Okay. Roll skirmish.
Is that the one that only tells the truth, the one that only tells lies, or the one that only tells dick jokes?
You know that like one meme that goes around to the dragon where it has two serious heads and a derpy head?
Yeah.
It's whatever the middle head is on that one.
4 dice, and I got a 4.
With a 4, a mixed success, you're going to bite across one of the necks. The other two are going to bite down on you. I will remind you, because stress and harm are both resources that can cause you to transform back. You're going to have your choice of taking either a level 1 harm of bleeding, or you can roll to resist consequences and take stress instead.
I'll take stress.
Okay, so roll a d6, and you're going to take that much stress.
5.
Okay. Actually, I think you're supposed to roll a stat, so I think you're going to roll resolve. Do you have more than one? You have more than one die in resolve? You roll 2 dice and take the lower if you have, like, however many dice you have in the stat. So I think resolve makes sense here. Do you have more than 1 die in resolve, in which case you would get a second chance?
Only 1.
Oh well, I tried.
Thank you.
Joseph and Max, it's your turns.
Oh, very good. Why don't you just sit over there and pet your rat? That would be nice. Just go on, go. I think, Hurrah Pourquoi is your rat of choice in this situation. Go sit over there. Okay, now let me see. We have a 3-headed dragon. We have a Humongosaurus Rex, and we have Ghost Dandy. Let's see.
Don't forget the elephants.
Oh yes, of course the elephants. Ghost Dandy. I choose you. Can you somehow infiltrate spiritually, Inception style, the dragon?
I've never tried to go inside of another person. I don't know if it's... I mean, I can give it a shot next time this
We're
comes
not
around.
talking about your love life, boy. Just go.
He knew he was going to do that.
Sure, I'll try to hop up on the elephant and then dive down into Grace's one of the open mouths and try to possess one of the heads.
Okay, this is going to be I'll let you have your choice of finesse or skirmish as you try to jump into this thing's throat.
Can I push to help?
You can help. I assume you're helping by wrestling the neck in place.
Yeah, I'm going to try to hold it steady.
Okay, yeah, you can help.
Tulea more, Stirling. Tulea more. Sorry, I slipped into another language. Happens in this
So
realm.
1 and a 3. That's a fail.
So with a 3, you do successfully jump into this thing's throat, and you go to possess it. You're like, wait a minute. We're in the spirit field. This is basically me jumping into a solid-ass dinosaur. And you realize you're being swallowed.
Yes, as according to plan.
Oh no.
Yes, it was not a good idea! I repeat, it was not a good idea!
I said I think it was a fine idea. Just once you reach the middle, claw your way. I don't think he can hear me anymore.
Is there anything either Max or Sterling would like to do to try and get Winston out of this sticky situation?
Can Max release all the spirits of all the dead rats that he's ever had?
That is an attune roll to do that.
I absolve you of all your stupidity, rats. I loved every one of your faces and whiskers especially. Go with Amazing Grace and infiltrate her ears.
Let me know how your attune roll goes.
I forgot how to play this game. Alright, so roll 2 attune. Oh, I only have 1d6 in that. Yeah, that's 2.
Alright, with a 2, you're like confident. First of all, someone roll 3 D100s really quick. I want to know how many rat ghosts you have.
3d with 100?
Yeah, 3 D100. We're going to see how many dead rats you have in your entire very long lifetime.
Well, 211 came up.
211. So there are 211 ghosts somewhere within your prison. You go, rats, go! And nothing happens. Matter of fact, Grace actually, I think she's going to go to, she thinks whether she wants to swallow you, and she just swallows Winston harder. Winston, you're going to take a level 1 harm of crushed.
Oh, goody.
Oh dear. In that case, I will have to fix my mistake, if you don't mind. I, as Maximilian Graves, would like to go directly and, pardon me, Miss Grace, may I approach? And I will do a Men in Black and say, "Eat me! Eat me!" Waving my arm around because I only have the one.
Oh, alright, sure. Alright, roll sway to convince her to eat you. I'll give you a bonus die because she's already planning on doing that.
Oh, nice. That would be 6 and a 4.
Yep, so because you're voluntarily doing it, she chomps down, closes her mouth, and swallows.
Nice. With me and all my 211 rats.
Are we in different sections?
You're on different necks, yes.
Fantastic. Hey, Stirling, get in here. It's nice and warm.
I don't think Stirling will fit.
There is a third mouth.
There's always a third mouth.
Yes, but you're basically Godzilla if Godzilla's chest was a monster truck.
Yeah, Godzilla climbing down Steph's mouth would accomplish my goal.
That's true.
I'd like to squeeze Winston out of Grace's mouth like a tube of toothpaste.
Okay. Roll skirmish, I feel like that would hurt.
She's like the Blue Eyes ultimate Go-Gurt.
The blueberry ultimate Go-Gurt.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a 5.
Yeah, with a 5, you will do it. But what happens is you squeeze too hard. Winston pops out, but also you pop the neck off. And this Deathclaw has 2 heads, which seems like a weird negative result.
Oh no!
And I think you think to yourself, oh boy, I got one of the heads. We're making progress.
Doc, why is your office full of sausage?
Oh, greetings and salutations, Stirling. Stirling, I've discovered the secret to beating the famous family at their own game. De Bruno's Italian Market.
And they're a sausage company?
Oh, they're that and so much more. They have cured meats, cheeses, crackers, and anything else you might want to put together a posh charcuterie party. Not only am I distributing all of that here in Paradise, but our listeners can order all that from the affiliate link in our show notes.
That's great, Doc. These will make great gifts for our friends, family, and coworkers, too.
Darn tootin', Stirling. We flood the market with De Bruno's high-quality Italian meats, and then we bankrupt the famous family. With De Bruno's Italian meats, this truly is paradise.
Oh, hi. Didn't see you there. Baragon Doubletail, God of Time, Heroes, Interplanar Champion, you know the rest. You're just in time to hear about what's been happening in the new campaign of Bard Rock Cafe. 1,000 years after the end of Campaign 1, a new queen is being crowned in the capital city of Clearwater. When a group of assassins crash the coronation, a crew of unlikely heroes save her life and are tasked with investigating what happened. Can a low-ranking palace guard, the royal playwright, a nervous cleric, and the hillbilly groundskeeper find out who these mysterious dream police are and stop them? Find out in the second campaign of Bard Rock Cafe.
Bard Rock Cafe Campaign 2 is available wherever you find your favorite podcasts.
And, of course, as everybody foresaw, because we all saw Disney's Hercules in 1996, it grows 2 more heads, and one of the harm clock pieces reverses itself.
Oh.
Oh no, for real?
Well, it's better than what I was expecting. I was expecting that to start crawling around on the ground like a snake and giving them something else to attack us. I guess 4 heads is better
It
than...
is flopping around like a chicken head.
Oh, that's... I'm gonna go to the grave with that in my brain.
You're also covered in mucus.
That's not anything different than my normal Well, anyways, I can't believe I just said that. Alright, Max, just shoot the thing! Shoot the Hydra!
Max is inside the Hydra. Joseph is the one that's free.
Right.
I turned around and I was like, wait, if you're in the... Who are... Oh.
Yes, you see, the idiot has the rifle. I'm standing here on one leg.
Okay, so, let me get this straight. You're supposed to be some kind of military mastermind, correct?
On occasion.
Okay, so, rather than standing there, hopping up and down, could you maybe give us some kind of direction, some kind of progress here? You have someone made of electricity, and you have a monster truck god. So why don't you just try to provide a little bit of insight as to what we need to do next?
Well, let me see. I could materialize my actual physical form while trapped inside Stirling. That would cause everyone to stop being in here.
But that would also cause Stirling's head to explode, so please do not do that.
Well, you asked for a military solution.
One that gets us all out of here safely.
Fine. Stirling? Chunkosaurus? You who? Did you just roar at me?
Yeah, right.
I would like to think that Stirling's roar also just has a like the sound a tractor trailer makes when you pull the horn in the background.
With a choir of angels. Has to be a choir of angels along with it.
Yeah, so Dami, every time Stirling roars, I need you to overlap a dinosaur roar, a tractor trailer horn, and a angelic choir behind it.
And this whole battle needs to have that upbeat carnival music to it, because, why not? I love our editors. Anyway.
Not like a gospel choir? Hallelujah. Hallelujah. No, okay.
Not today.
No.
Anyway.
No, okay.
Sterling, if you don't mind, I'm sorry, GM, is there a stump, located on this creature now that Winston is out, or did it just grow back?
Where the stump should be, it's split open. There's two heads that pop out of it, like when you pluck a hair and you pluck it bad, and two hairs grow in space.
You're talking to a bald man, both in real life and in this situation.
I assume you had hair on your body elsewhere. I know you have a goatee. Anyway, sometimes two hairs grow out of the same follicle. Same thing, but with necks.
Well, in that case, I don't know. Aside from rip it to shreds, I can't do anything from out here. My whole thing is to confuse, confound, and then make them explode from the inside out. But apparently can't do that, thanks to the fancy boy. But maybe Max can actually be of use.
All right, since you're not going to help Joseph, I'm going to have the mammoths attack again, and I'm going to yell to Stirling. Stirling, do you have any deep-seated locked emotional traumas that I could perhaps release to help us in some way?
Rawr. Yes, that's an affirmative roar.
An affirmative roar.
Can I look around and try to find a door for where Stirling's emotional traumas may be hidden?
Oh, good golly.
Sure, roll a tune.
That's a 5.
With a 5, you get a choice of 3 doors.
Okay.
There's door 1, door 2, and door 3. One of these doors will give you the result you want, 2 will not.
Alright, time to roll. Door number 3.
Door number 3 is not the correct door. Stirling, what happy memory of Stirling's does Jim conjure from your psyche that will not be helpful?
Running an obstacle course at the that ROTC cadets program that we've mentioned before.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember, probably the famous Scouts or some shit. We don't think we ever named it.
That's true, we didn't. Yeah, just like a pretty chill, satisfying, useless memory of doing okay at that.
Well, I guess that could have gone worse. It could have been actively detrimental to our cause.
I imagine you're doing that thing from Arrow where you're doing the chin-up bar that has the elaborate ladder that I just dropped in our chat.
Hey, Grace, look, it's Stirling. You could go attack Stirling over there.
Sure, go ahead and roll Sway to convince Grace that there's just another Stirling and that this dinosaur's not Stirling.
Go attack the 12-year-old or whatever.
That's a 4.
With a 4, Grace seems confused and there's an opening for someone to do something. Any one of you. A little concerned how quiet you're all being.
No, I'm still here, but wait, giving someone an opportunity to...
No, I have something planned for Max. Go ahead.
Stirling does have the ability to just bitch slap Grace really hard, but with being a giant monster truck T-Rex.
Can it be like the 1960s, 70s Godzilla fights where they just slap each other on the chest several times?
That's what I was going for, more or less, yeah. Would you like to roll skirmish, Stirling?
Yes, I'd like to roll skirmish. I'm trying to think of an upgrade to the Falcon Punch. I'm thinking Pterodactyl Punch. That's a 6, finally.
I have an idea based on this GIF that I just found of you just running your giant...
There's always Tyrannosaurus Rex with a WR.
That's true. You could Tyrannosaurus wreck her shit. And just use your enormous, 20-foot long iron, steel hard head plate to headbutt her real good. Or, because you are still part Stegosaurus, you can just do your signature move with the spin dash.
Spinning headbutt. Yes.
Yeah, okay, sure. With a 6, you're going to mark off several segments. As you send Grace crashing back into... There's nothing to crash into because there's just purple mist unless you all will it to do something. But, she goes skidding backwards in the mist. She takes a bunch of harm clock segments. She is unhappy. She roars. She is going to respond with her special attack. You're a chugga 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 chugga. Winston, you're really getting on her nerves. I want you to roll finesse to avoid being hit by a ghost train.
Is this a train of thought?
It is a train of thought. It's also just she died in a train, so she can summon trains. I don't know.
No, that's a failure. That's a 3.
All right, you're going to take a level 2 harm of... What is the word for when you get hit by a vehicle? Whiplash. As the train sends you scattering across the thing, you're laying at Joseph's feet now.
Oh, hello.
All right, Joseph, I'm going to ask again. Can you work in concert with Max? Don't just... I know you like to think of yourself as this independent entity, but you are one and the same. Work with him to... We have a problem we need to solve.
I am a strong, independent old man. I don't need no Max. But fine.
GM, is there a way that I could communicate with myself?
I mean, you are psychically linked,
okay,
yes.
Making sure. So, after a few seconds of concentrating, I would like for Max to give up all of his and the rat's energy.
Okay.
To Winston.
You can roll a tune again.
All right. Yeah, this isn't a direct attack. This is more of a give it to Winston.
All right. Because it's not a direct attack, I'll give you a bonus die.
That would be a 5.
All right, with a 5, you do that, and what happens is the rats, all their power, all 211 of them, goes to Winston. Max just kind of collapses his entity back into Joseph. Because spirits are naturally inclined to fuse with their other selves. I will let you have a power-up. You can clear your choice of 2 stress or a harm, whatever you have marked at the moment, because you have reabsorbed yourself.
Let me clear out the rest of my stress.
You see all of the rats rush into Winston like a shower of sparks. You see him grow a long tail, and then from that tail pops out another, we'll call it half dozen Winstons into a Winston King.
Is this like a Burger King?
So you're a
It's like a
nine-tailed rat.
I'm like a rat king of Winston's. So it's like there's like a big ball of tail, but there's like a lot of me at once. So there's like as you hear me talk, you hear me speaking in echo. All right, this is brand new. Okay. I just realized where we are right now, and what I can hopefully do. I would like to try to take control of the spirit field itself in attempt to crush Grace using the spirit field, shrink it around her so that way she is constrained.
Okay. I want you to roll a 2. You get a bonus die because this is Stirling's Mind Palace, and anything that Stirling wants to let happen can just happen with their consent. Basically, you get a bonus die that way.
Hell yeah.
That is a 6.
So the spirit field does start to do a crushing thing, but you need a visual representation. So describe to me how Grace ends up being restrained as you materialize some sort of restraints around her.
You see, all of a sudden, you see Stirling pull back and roar as Winston reaches out, and all of the mammoths that I previously had summoned turn into miniature monster trucks, which start wrapping around her with an invisible tether, almost like the when the TIE fighters take down the AT-ATs in Return of the Jedi, and you see her start to get wrapped up by this invisible energy, by this now visible energy.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of ripcords and a bunch of elephant trucks because everything's gonna have a truck theme now. And Stirling, Grace is bound at the ankle. She feels like a stiff breeze would knock her over because how off balance she is.
Can I see roughly where her heart might be?
Roll survey.
Riley, we know Grace has no heart.
Stirling studied first aid, which I guess I will generously stretch to the anatomy of incredibly rare creatures like a fucking Deathclaw from Fallout, so I'll give you the bonus die.
I appreciate that very much. Holy shit. So the first roll was a 1, and the second brought me to a 6.
Alright, cool. It is roughly where the heart of a similar quadrupedal neck creature like a giraffe or an elephant would be.
Okay, I want to chomp her heart.
Okay, roll skirmish to bite down on her heart.
Hopefully she won't sprout 2 more of those.
Crit.
Oh great, now she's a Time Lord.
Or a cow.
That's a 5.
What was the number?
That's stomach.
5.
Alright. Alright, with a 5, you do bite a chunk out of her. I don't know how to describe a quadruped's chest. And she is breathing profusely. You did not quite get to the heart, but you did mark a whole bunch of segments on her harm clock. You watch as she seems to absorb energy from the spirit field to start reforming the cavity that you bit out. You're like, oh yeah, she's a ghost. She doesn't technically have a heart.
Rawr. She's reconstituting. Does she appear to be healing from that, or just?
It looks like more like she's reforming her physical visage. She doesn't seem to be healing from that now.
Okay.
She just doesn't want to have a gaping hole in her chest because it's uncomfortable.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Just checking.
That was more me signifying there are no organs to rip out.
I had to try. We can't rip up the heads.
I have one other idea. Rather than looking for specific trauma that Stirling may have, what is it that Grace has over Stirling that gives her that control over them? That makes Stirling so frustrated with her, that gives her that power over Stirling? What could I unlock to help to help free Stirling from that?
Riley, when Winston tries using the spirit field connection to kind of attune to your mind to try and get that guidance from you, first of all, do you think you're willingly opening up to Winston's intuition to let him see that? And if so, what do you think that is?
I think so. I think it's that Grace is so entirely focused on herself and really isn't bothered by the consequences of her actions or how the effects she has on other people, and that sort of apathy towards that. Stirling just doesn't understand it and is very frustrated by it.
And I would like to ask, because I think this resonates with me a little bit. Is it in any way complicated by the fact you have these frustrating, aggressive emotions towards somebody you once considered a friend, it stings worse?
Yeah. There's a part that's, never should have trusted her, and there's another part that's, well, maybe if I was a better friend, she'd be a better person.
Alright, so Winston, you get all that.
Stirling, you need to understand. You can't let her control you anymore. You can't let her control your emotions. You can't let her have this presence deep inside you. The moment you stop letting her have that foothold in your brain, in your soul, in who you are, and reject her, and reject what she stands for, she won't be able to exist here anymore. Stirling, you need to be able to... I don't know if forgive her's the right word, but you need to be able to move past Amazing Grace. You're better than this, Stirling. You're better than her. Prove it to her.
If I may approach.
Who are you asking?
Yeah, can you be more specific? There's like 17 souls in here.
I would like to approach Stergosaurus Rex.
I will say at this point, you probably have mastered your form enough that because you're in a mind space, you can also speak the King's English, if you so desire.
With that, joinest me in partaking of...
Oh no, I was talking to Stirling, but okay.
18th voice really got to me. Anyway,
Joseph is related to Chaucer? What's going on here?
Fun fact.
Probably.
No, just kidding. Sterling, this is your brain. You control every aspect, just like Fancy Boy Winston said. You can control every facet. You can lock this down in solid steel, mental anguish being the barbs that bind her down and then reject her. You can do this.
Set healthy boundaries.
Or you could just envision spiritual fire burning her essence away as strips of flesh fall from her, drizzling upon the ground like the morning dew, fiery morning dew, molten flames of retribution. Oh, I'm sorry, this is your mind palace, you do you.
I bet you're really fun at parties, Joseph.
Who?
What's a party?
Sorry, I'm just pondering for a moment, if that's okay.
Yeah, no, absolutely. This is your moment. Savor it.
Jeez.
Marinate in it.
Oh gosh.
Other words you should just use to describe food and not emotions.
Luxuriate in the cheese.
Age, like a fine cheddar.
You can fricassee or soft boil. Would you like delicious cracked pepper on your emotions?
Or not so delicious crack.
I'm sorry, would you like the house special for your emotions?
If we don't get through this, you can look at the wine list.
And for instance, our wine list does include, for your emotions, a rosé demeanor.
Ugh. Well played, but ugh.
Grace, realizing she can also speak the King's English, is like, Sterling, you've always been second fiddle to me. You've always been... You know, I used to consider you a friend, but just like all my other friends, you were just a means to an end. You were a tool for me to use and throw away when you were no longer necessary.
Devil went down to paradise, he was looking for soul steel. He was then behind, way behind, looking to make a deal. When he came across that young stump, I lost it, sorry. Could I channel what it was like whenever we were back back in Lizzie's hometown, and they fed me all those fish, and the gastral explosions that came after that?
Alright, so you want to give Grace spectral diarrhea?
I would like to blow a disgusting cloud of ick towards all of her faces.
When you're sliding into first and you're feeling something versus diarrhea.
Oh no.
Alright, Max, roll resolve to just unleash the most gnarly fart of your entire spiritual life.
Oh, that's a 3.
You poop yourself a little.
Oh, spirit poop.
Which is weird because you're not in a corporeal form.
Save that for later. I'll have to unpack that.
That's what I was waiting for. Now I'm ready.
Okay. All right. So future Riley, decide how much of that shitposting you want to keep in. I'm just gonna keep. Now that Grace is bound and vulnerable, what do you do in this moment that you have a clean opening against your lifelong friend / rival / frenemy?
Rawr. And I guess with the Rawr, the glowy, ghostly dinosaur form kind of breaks away, and I'm just my normal self.
Do you also want Grace to reduce to her normal self?
Oh, if I have that power, absolutely.
Yeah, I think the power of this mind palace at her weakened state, if you will it to be that neither of you is in your kaiju form, you're standing before normal Grace, who, if you so desire, is still bound in weird chains that a bunch of monster trucks tied around her.
That makes sense, that Sterling would have been thinking about like fighting her at her strongest and wanting this big battle, but not anymore.
Enough tearing each other apart as fucking dinosaurs. Whatever you've got, my friends and I can endure. You measure strength by the damage you've caused, by the power you wield, but your logic is flawed. While I found family in somewhere that feels like home, you've pushed and withdrew, and now you're here all alone. Enough of my time and energy has been too easily robbed by the stagnation of yours, and it's not my job. I hope someday you build and learn to be something more, but that choice and the work that comes with it are yours.
I didn't know any other way to get by on the streets as a kid, and I learned the wrong lessons, and the chains start to dissolve around her, and she kind of falls on her knees, and at some point I thought I was being a good person. I lost my way, and I don't think I'll ever find it back. Not now, it's too late, but take consolation in knowing, I think, in this moment I realize I'm sorry. And she dissipates and goes on to the afterlife. And you see 3 large, ominous spirits start to depart to the afterlife after her. And you think, oh, the Deathclaw spirits are gone too. And you see just a flicker of a shadow. And you aren't sure what it is. Winston sees it Winston and Max both see it just a little clearer than you, Sterling, because Max has seen this over and over again in his long life, and Winston's very keen to the spirit field. It's a shadowy figure, 3 shadowy figures actually, of some sort of dark cloaked person. And they just snatch the Deathclaw spirits up and yank them away into the spirit field.
What the fuck?
They're all free in Sterling's mind palace for the moment, as slowly but surely Sterling's body is starting to return to consciousness. Do everything you want to do while you still have your final moments in the mind palace.
I just want to give Stirling a hug.
Taser hug.
I don't think Sterling has words, but is just sort of thinking about and feeling a lot of gratitude and admiration for their friends. And hoping that Mother Ducker is okay.
Ooh. Yes. I'm sure wherever Mother Ducker may be.
Stirling, I lost your whistle. I'm sorry.
Ooh.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when I fell out of the helicopter, it just kind of went flying off into the distance, and I'm not quite sure where it went. So I'm pretty sure Mother Ducker just will be fine wherever she is.
At a farm in upstate New York.
With the orphans and the dog.
That's okay, Winston. Yeah, we're all free now. Let's get... How do we get out of here?
And as you say that, Sterling, your eyes slowly open as your friend's spectral forms slowly eject themselves. Joseph and Max fuse back into one, and they resume control as Max resumes control as the body emerges from Sterling's into corporeal form. Winston, you also return to corporeal form outside Sterling's body. The side effects from your feature take effect.
I take a level 2 harm. You also get a hard move, by the way.
I'm going to save that for later.
Oh, goody.
And Sterling, you awaken, and you realize you're not where you remembered this. Like, you all were, like, standing out in the middle of the snow that that's not where you are now. You're in the tailgate of a monster truck. Welcome back to the waking world, dearies, Greta says to you all. And you realize you're finishing the 4th zone of the famous 500. She pulls into the pit stop, and you see that your hot dog car is pulling to the stop beside her. Somehow, the famously Fast and Furious, however, is just leaving the pit stop.
Greta?
Oh yes, darling. How do you feel? I've never been inside another person's body before like that. So
How did you get here?
I drove in this monster truck.
Am I still paying you?
No, because I don't know if you realize this. Lantern Corps sees control of ESPN.
Well, shit. Well, thank you. I appreciate everything you have done and continue to do for us. But right now we need to get to the hot dog car. So can we maybe connect later and you can...
You do have 15 minutes for it's allowed to leave this pit stop area. Otherwise, you forfeit the race. So, tell you what, how about we all sit down and pour a cup and I'll tell you the real reason that I joined ESPN.
All right. I need my coffee black.
And so, somehow, Nelson Willie has teleported to be the innkeeper at this pit stop, meaning that he's got much faster transportation than you somehow. And he pours you all a cup as Greta says, "So, have you considered accepting Jesusaurus Rex as your Lord and Savior?"
Yes.
All you need to do is show up to church every Sunday. And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode.
He'll sell you the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge.
Blades in Paradise is Paul Kinter as Master of Ceremonies, Justin Langston as Maximilian Graves, Emil Riley as Stirling Ackred, and myself, Jim Remus, as Dr. Winston Thoreau. Domi is our editor, and Allison is our producer. You can directly support this show at patreon.com/bardrockcafe. Starting at just $3 a month. We've just updated our Patreon rewards, so now is a perfect time to subscribe. Subscribers can join us on Discord, can come play games with us, and receive access to ad-free episodes and an ever-growing library of bonus content. You can support the podcast for free by sharing us on social media, by word of mouth, or by rating and subscribing on your favorite podcatcher. Lastly, you support us just by listening. Thank you for listening, dear friend.
I came across a young man standing on a fiddle and playing it hot. The devil don't hungry stump and said, "Boy, let me tell you what. I guess you didn't know it, but I'm a fiddle player too. And if you care, take a dare. I'll make a bet with you. Now you play pretty good fiddle, boy, but give the devil his due. I bet a fiddle of gold against your soul. It says I'm better than you."
Yes, but I was going
The
to
boy
put
said,
grace
"My
in
name's
it.
Johnny, and it might be a sin." What?
Yes, but I was going to put grace in it instead.
Yeah, I just really enjoy singing that song.
I know it's a good song.
I can do that, but with Super Bass by Nicki Minaj, so...
I can also, do Smash Mouth All-Star at a freestyle style, but super duper fast.
Freestyle style?
Yeah. Somebody once told me the world's gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. She was looking kind of dumb with her finger in her thumb and her head on her forehead. Like that. That's not something that's ever come up as being a useful thing, but I can do it.
Meanwhile, Max picks up one of the rats and he's like, "Oh, hello, little fella. Are you trying to communicate with me? What was that? Really? Oh, I must kill them all? No, I can't.
I'm sorry, what was that? You want to kill all of us?
I'm sorry, what? This was an A-B conversation. See your way out of it, please. Future
I'm sorry,
meet.
this is like the 5th invisible person you've spoken to over the course of this.
This is a mouse. There's actually a presence there.
Oh, thank you. Picks up a tiny
I wouldn't
little
call a
box
mouse a
that's-
present.
To pick up a tiny little
Presents,
decorated box.
see.
I open it and there's a small little raspberry in it. Thank you for the present.